Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Oh, come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I get to welcome you to the beginning of our week here with a magnificent Monday. Definitely magnificent. I've got a dope guest in the building, y'all. Laura Clise is here joining me, the CEO and founder of Intentionalist. We're going to be talking about the Buy Black card and, of course, some of the programming they have coming up for Black History Month. So I'm so excited that she is joining me, but you are also joining me, and my excitement abounds for you as well. Thank you so much for joining, and this is the perfect time for you to share this show right here. Go ahead and tag and share it for others who you feel could benefit from this daily dose of dopeness we work to give you here on the Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, guess what? Technology also abounds, and you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find us on your favorite platform. Now, before I get into it with Miss Laura, I gotta say, there is something so spectacular about the coming together of community. I was able to experience a bit of that this past weekend, and it was a real showcasing to me of how loving we can all be. It just reminds me of the collective nature and togetherness that really helped to shape the first civilizations of the world. And so much of that was based on how you understand your individual contribution to that larger collective. And that's really what gets me excited about my guest today. You know, Intentionalist has their very specific way of uplifting amazing opportunities for you to become patrons and customers and clients of great businesses that are right around our area. The beauty of this is that when we talk about circulating dollars, especially on Black History Month, y'all, I gotta uplift the fact that we have phenomenal businesses right here that are making products, delivering services that you are maybe used to getting elsewhere. So I'm going to encourage you, just like Miss Laura does, to be intentional about where you spend your dollars. You know, if it's health, wealth, love, when we bring it together in a collective, it expands, y'all. And that's the beauty of collective. You know, I'm grateful because being tapped in with community means that I'm really a part of so many things that don't often get the shine of the light, and they don't get that kind of spotlight. But it's really true that that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. It's not always about having a camera at the ready. It's not always about going live on your Instagram or on your social media. Sometimes it's just about showing up. It's about bringing a meal to someone that is in need. It's about making sure somebody got extra blankets during this cold weather. It's about ensuring that our elders have what they need, water and food, maybe sharing canned goods. You know, some things that may seem small really do go a long way. But to me, they're all indicators of what it means to truly be in community. And that is why I really work to be intentional about where I'm spending my dollars. You know, people ask me all the time, where do you find this? Where do you find that? Man, local vendors. I'm telling y'all, they make phenomenal designs and products and services. I recently had a friend over and she was able to try some of my body butters and like, wait a minute, where did you get this? I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many great vendors out here. So I'm telling y'all to tap in to the local folks around us who are making amazing things every single day, starting businesses and truly spreading inspiration. Now you get to help when you spread those dollars into their pockets so that they can continue to double down on their greatness. Well, after this short break, y'all, I get to actually double down with Miss Laura Clise. We are going to be talking all about Intentionalists and the great work that they're doing to uplift small businesses. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off
We are given the platform here with no fear.
always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And
Shut
shut
the
the hell up.
You
and
interrupt
let
me all
speak
the
to my
time.
people.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Laura in the building. What's up, Laura?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's
How
good to
you
be
doing?
with you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. You know, we've been doing some work behind the scenes with Intentionalist, and I'm so glad you're here to give us really that beginning story. Tell us how this all got started.
Intentionalist began because I went looking for a resource that made it easier to close the gap between my good intentions to get to know and support diverse local businesses and a way to easily take action. Ultimately, I love what you say about community because our vision is a community-driven economy. And we believe that everyday decisions about where we eat, drink, and shop represent opportunities to intentionally connect with, support, and celebrate the brick and mortar small businesses at the heart of our communities.
I agree. You know, I really agree. And it's interesting because as a young person, I feel like it just came natural. You know, I got into similar spending habits as my mother and my grandmother, and it was all about what was around us, what was in walking distance, what was in our neighborhood. And even like my grandmother working with seamstresses in the, you know, in the neighborhood, in the community, growing up in the CD, it was right there, you know, going, picking up garments, you know, having cleaners that we knew, just like almost everywhere we were spending dollars, there was some level of familiarity and relationship that truly, I didn't realize was there as a young person. But now trying to usher that in for my children has been more challenging, right? With the dissemination of our communities and people being gentrified out and all of that. So I really appreciate that you said, wait a minute, there's a need to do this, and then you stepped into the void. But you're also someone who patrons these businesses. Tell us about your experience as you've been building relationship with some of these local business owners.
So I grew up here in Seattle, and then left for college and life for about 20 years and then moved back. And when I moved back in 2015, it was really a fresh start. It was a new opportunity to connect with and find community. And what I have discovered is that if you are looking for connection and you are looking for belonging, that's where the brick and mortar spaces in our communities shine, because it's really what they're all about. And you talk about the challenges of navigating a world where so many of the marketing messages that we receive are about swiping and clicking our way to immediate gratification, about convenience over everything else. And don't get me wrong, we're all busy. We want things to be easy, and yet I think that we have to be intentional about continuing to reinvest in a more relational way of spending our dollars, because ultimately the small businesses in our community need us to continue to show up so that they can do what they do, which, yes, is provide incredible products and services. And at the same time, I think we often forget or take for granted the myriad of other ways that small businesses strengthen, give back to, and make our communities vibrant.
Yeah, I mean, hands down. I think about, for me, even again, I go back to my childhood. Some of the early opportunities I had around being employed were with local small businesses, right? And that for me was like, it was a game changer, because again, there's these layers of familiarity that exist for me that I was able to utilize as I was just beginning to figure out what it looked like to be making my own paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So you're so right in terms of the multifaceted ways that small businesses contribute to building community. Now, before we get into the Buy Black card, you have a phenomenal blazer on today, and it also has a dope story. Please tell us a bit more about this blazer made by Self-Made Couture.
Yes, so I love Self-Made Couture. I have 3 blazers, and this was the first. And what was really incredible about the experience of purchasing this blazer is I walked into the showroom, spoke with Laurent, and expected he would take me through the steps to design a custom blazer. And as we got to talking, right, because that's what happens when you're interacting with a small business owner, he learned that my late grandmother was a seamstress, about her story growing up on a sugarcane plantation on the island of Kauai, and then how through owning and operating a small business, she was able to provide for my mom and her brothers, and the ways that that has shaped opportunities for me. And what began as intentional spending to purchase a garment really became a co-creation of an homage to my late grandma, Nobuko Marugami. I don't know if you can see, but her name is monogrammed on the inside, and then the custom liner is of orchids, because I have really wonderful childhood memories of waking up and walking out and seeing her tending to her orchids.
My goodness. I mean, the level of depth that we're talking about, it feels so void when we go to big business, big chain stores. I mean, we don't get that kind of, intentional depth. So I love that the name is Intentionalist. I think it makes so much sense. And you've been, uplifting small, diverse businesses since the beginning. And, you have this Buy Black card. I want to hear more about this.
So Intentionalist started as an intentional list of diverse local businesses for folks to get to know, learn about, and support. It became an online directory, and yet what has always been important to us is, yes, make the connection between community and the people and stories behind small businesses, but ultimately, we know that it's important for all of us to spend like it matters. So a few years back, there was a community member who reached out to us and said, hey, in the same way that if I have the Starbucks app, I can go to any Starbucks and pay for my coffee, it would be great if Intentionalist would create a way for us to do something similar with small businesses. And so the Buy Black card, and I do have one in my pocket. This is the physical version with artwork by Damon Brown.
Beautiful.
The Buy Black card is like a gift card that can be used at over 135 Black-owned businesses throughout the greater Seattle area, with more being added every day. And it is intended to serve as a vehicle for intentional spending. It's a great way to say happy birthday, thank you, congratulations, happy work anniversary. And on top of being a wonderful way to explore Black-owned businesses in the Puget Sound area and then go and patronize and support them, our friends at BECU Foundation have sponsored a 20% discount when you purchase the card. And so this year, I'm trying to be more intentional about self-care. And so if I'm going to Indigo Movement or if I'm going to My Time for Massage, I know that I can purchase a digital Buy Black card to pay for my services, and BECU is kicking in 20%.
Wow, this is phenomenal. And it's so great to see the growth. I remember the beginnings of Intentionalist. And it's so great to see this growth because this is really a testament to what we're talking about in terms of relationship building and being a part of community, right? It's like other community entities recognize the value and the impact that Intentionalist has and says, you know what, let's add to that value. Let's expand on that impact. And that's great to hear.
Well, and I mean, I've got to give a shout out to, our sports team partners. So we partner with all the Seattle Pro sports teams, and they're now gifting Buy Black cards as some of their fan engagement and giveaways. The city of Seattle has a sustainable transportation program, and they're gifting Buy Black cards to the folks that are participating in that program. And so I think, the idea behind Intentionalist has always been to redirect the money that's being spent to intentionally support the Main Street brick and mortar small businesses at the heart of our communities.
Yeah, it's
right. It's about not just elevating and amplifying, which is something that Converge is so masterful at. And then, right, once we feel that connection, offering folks that little nudge, that little incentive, that little reminder to walk in the door and spend some money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's about. And so I really love hearing the story behind the Buy Black card and how it has truly now come out to full fruition. I mean, people are talking about this on the street, Laura, and it's great to hear. You also have some other things going on for Black History Month. Just tell us a little bit.
Yes, we do. So, I mean, community and partnership is at the heart of literally everything that we do. And what I love most about Intentionalist is that it only works when we all do our part. And so for Black History Month, we are partnering with all of Seattle's pro sports teams to encourage and incentivize fans and friends to patronize Black-owned businesses and then upload their receipts for the chance to win prizes from each of the teams. For example, the Seattle Sounders, their prize is 2 pregame field passes, which is pretty dope, and 2 club level seats. And what that means is, I go into Boon Boona Coffee, I get my mocha, I upload my receipt, and I can drop my name into the Seattle Sounders prize hat. And with every transaction, I upload my receipt and I can enter to win a variety of prizes. Our goal as a community is $45,000 in receipts uploaded from Black-owned businesses, but we don't mind if we absolutely blow that goal out of the water.
I know, that's right. This is amazing, but what a great way to collaborate with the partners who have really found value in Intentionalist, and also, of course, to incentivize those of us already looking to spend our dollars in an intentional way. I can't thank you enough for having the foresight to say, we need something like this that makes it very, really easy and accessible for people to be spending their dollars locally. I think there's been a lot of people have been wanting something like this. How do we do it? And so I love seeing the plethora of options now really being highlighted and spotlighted in a way that allows me to go, oh, that's where I can go when I'm looking for X service or X product. Oh, that's an owner I can build with. So thank you so much for all the work you're doing. You have some phenomenal, look, you all got all types of amazing products in your bag. Please show us what you got.
Well, before I do that, if I can mention just a couple of additional things we're doing for Black History Month. So first of all, I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Jessie Lipscomb, our guest artist this month. She did the beautiful illustration that's a part of all of the collateral being shared out by Intentionalist, our small business partners, all of the professional sports teams that we collaborate with, and is incredibly talented. We were so grateful that she agreed to partner with us. Secondly, we have a program called Equity in Action with the BECU diversity team. And through Equity in Action, we've curated prepaid tabs at 8 different Black-owned businesses throughout the greater Seattle area. And community is invited to check out the tabs through intentionalist.com. And then as long as they're open, stop in and enjoy a free treat on BECU.
Wow. Whoa.
Right?
Whoa.
And it's a really fun way, right? So everywhere from Facet, Modern Mercantile, out in Issaquah, down to Swaggin' Wagon, Buddy's Chicken and Waffles. There are 8 different Black-owned businesses where folks should stop in, enjoy a free treat. If you can, purchase some other items and then upload your receipts. But really, again, what I mentioned is we're able to do what we do because Black business owners do what they do, because our partners do what they do in covering the cost of the deals and discounts so that it doesn't impact the bottom line of the small businesses we love. And then our job is to show up.
Wow. Okay, this is Laura. You're giving us all the things, and thank you for that. We need it. I get to say that when, for me, I was a patron. You had another product, and it was like vouchers, and I could go in and get, my free banh mi and all of that. And so I'm gonna tell you, as somebody in this community, this is a great way of bringing everyone together. We're all spending dollars in some way, shape, or form, And I love the fact that we have a direct way to do it in a way that really uplifts small business.
All right,
Wow.
Quickly in
Good
the
stuff
bag,
here.
we've got some Boon Boona coffee. This is available in our online marketplace. I've got my favorite, which is the Queen Care Shea Cream.
Great flavors of that.
In addition to being a fan of Noir Luxe Candle Company, on Thursday evening, we're going to be announcing a special collaboration between Noir Luxe, our guest artist, and the Postman.
Nice.
So folks should stay tuned for that.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really appreciating that I get to start this month off with you and all of the great things you're doing. You got one more thing you're pulling out the bag.
I do. This is just a little gift from us. Because you have to have your own Buy Black card.
Thank you. Y'all, this is all the love right here. Thank you so much, Intentionalist family. Laura, thank you.
No, thank you for all that you
Wow.
do. We love partnering with Converge, and your collective commitment to elevating and celebrating and connecting the community to people and places and businesses that matter is so powerful, and just all the appreciation.
Well, right back at you. You know, you talked about this. It's everybody doing their part. When we're all doing our part, we're contributing to that larger goal. And honestly, it's all of us who get to experience the beauty of that. So thank you so much for being with me today. Anytime you want to drop by the Day with Trae, you let me know. We're here for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Y'all, okay, now I'm going to tell you something that it's really special to not only have something that is so intentional in our community, but that understands the value of having very specific ways of bringing that impact out and expanding on it for the rest of the community to not only participate in, but to also experience. Y'all know I'm gonna wrap all of this intentionalist up right after this short break. Stay tuned, you're watching The Day with Trae.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Himani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client discussing their fields and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Himani here. See you guys in a few.
Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Oh, welcome back everyone to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a great way to start the month off. Now, y'all can't say that we're not giving you the inside scoop on how you can be intentional about spending your dollars. Truly, Intentionalist has made it so accessible and easy for you to be very specific about where your dollars go. And for us to be uplifting Black History Month, this is the first day that I get to talk about Black History Month, this February 3rd. And I'll say this, you know, every year, Black History Month comes around and it's like, is it more than just a celebration of the past? Are we celebrating current, amazing works, amazing contributions by Black community members across the country? And of course, there is a lot going on in the nation right now. But I love that here, locally and throughout Washington State, there is a true commitment to stay connected to our statements around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and also accessibility. And Intentionalist is doing all of that, y'all. So if you are looking to find a way to learn more about these businesses, do not hesitate to visit Intentionalist and check out the list. Get your Buy Black card. Figure out where you can spend your dollars. Upload your receipts. Get those prizes. Be a part of this amazing growing community that really is right here in our backyard, y'all. So it's super easy for all of y'all to participate. Huge shout out to Laura for joining me today and shedding some light on not only the background and story of how Intentionalist Intentionalist began, but how it is continuing to make an impact in our community. Y'all know I was truly inspired. I want you to be inspired too, because some way, somehow, you can be a part of the solution. And it might just be that we gave you the answer today by getting your Buy Black card and making sure you are being intentional about where you spend your dollars. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all know I'll be back with you tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m., y'all. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.